Pieces. Yes. Second, we are playing Turnabout for tomorrow. Yes, I'll be in these throughout the stream. But yeah, we'll be playing Turnabout for tomorrow. We're playing another apologist case. And I know I said on Monday that I didn't know how I'll be streaming today, so that's why I didn't start this on Monday. Oh yeah, I don't have Stripe to heal. I have no idea how long this case will be. I'm gonna have a look. So there's an investigation and then 2 parts of the trial. That's it. Okay, this isn't too long. Oh shit. Yeah, but this doesn't seem this wait, did I do closing video? No, I did not. I usually why isn't it not turned back on? There we go. Yeah, this doesn't seem too long. Shit, we can probably finish this week actually. So either we're gonna finish this on Friday or on Sunday. Probably on Sunday actually. The second part of the trial seems long. I mean, there's 3 cross-examinations and a mood matrix as well. My grandma just texted me saying to have a look at Facebook. I don't have Facebook downloaded in my phone so I cannot do that yet. I'll also do that tomorrow. But the first part of the trial has 2 cross-examinations and a mood matrix. So yeah. But first we're doing an investigation. So this trial, I believe comes off like directly from the Cosmic Turnabout, where if you don't remember, or if you don't know, at the end of that trial, at the end of that case, the fingerprints on something, I don't remember what actually, I'm gonna look at strategy wiki because I do not remember what it was something to do with fingerprints. Not tomorrow, Cosmic. It was at the end of the last trial. On a lighter, it was on a lighter, and on that it showed that it had Athena's fingerprints, and Athena had no idea that it had her fingerprints on it. So now she's like a suspect she's now a suspect for the murder of, who's she the suspect for? I didn't remember his name at all, but yeah, she's the suspect in a murder. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into she's now like a suspect, so yeah, let's get into Turnabout for tomorrow. Yeah, let's go. Turnabout for tomorrow. No one can escape their past. I need to close File Explorer as well. Oh, it's Athena. It's baby Athena. That is a lot of blood. That is a lot of blood. Jesus Christ. The sins we've committed and the sadness we've caused. That's Blackwell. That's Simon Blackwell. Oh yeah, because he's in prison, isn't he? He's in prison for murder. I mean, you wouldn't think, no matter how far we run, our past remains as ever present as the moon in the sky. But yeah, you wouldn't think that a convicted murderer could prosecute. But now are these just reused cutscenes from previous cases? Because this was in the first case of Dual Destinies, and we've seen that Athena cutscene before. But I don't think we've seen the part with Simon. So yeah. Okay, we're in the courtroom number 4. It looms in wait for the day when we are forced to face it. But yeah, this is courtroom number 4, I think. But only in doing so can we truly make peace and move on in hope towards tomorrow. Hence, the name of this case, Turnabout for Tomorrow. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Right editing agency, okay. Let's go, let's go. They took Athena from the courtroom straight to the station. And she's probably being questioned at this very moment. After this past year, I took it for granted that those two would always be here. But now Apollo has gone off on his own to seek his own truth. And my pursuit of the truth only ended up with Athena becoming the new suspect. Some boss I turned out to be. Oh, Trucy's here. Of course she would be here. What am I saying? Of course Trucy would be here. It's even quieter in here than usual. Yeah, it seems so empty too. I just don't get it, Daddy. All your reasoning during the trial seemed perfectly solid. Yeah, and I still believe it was. At least based on what we know. But now Athena is the one who's being accused. During the trial for the bombing and murder that occurred at the Cosmos space station, the lighter used by the real culprit was found. This lighter proved the defendant Solomon Starbuck innocent. But it proved Athena guilty. But Athena's prints were found on it instead. And she was subsequently arrested for the murder. But Athena couldn't have done it. It just doesn't make any sense. No, none of it does. I've been racking my brain, but I just can't figure it out. Where's the flaw in my reasoning? What have I got wrong in this case? You know, Daddy, if Athena was here, she wouldn't just be sitting around thinking. She'd be out there doing something. You are going to defend Athena, right, Daddy? Of course I will. And thanks, Trucy. I needed that push. Trucy's right. The trial is tomorrow. There's no time to waste. If I'm going to prove Athena's innocence, I'd better get out of there and find some evidence. Off we go then. We're on a hunt for evidence that'll prove Athena's innocence. Great, but before we go, I'd better tidy up the evidence I have on hand. Okay, so all the unnecessary evidence has been left here at the office. Athena is probably still in the middle of being questioned. So Trucy's right. The thing to start with is talking to people at the Space Center. Let's talk to Trucy. Let's talk to Trucy first, though. I still can't believe Apollo really left us. So this picks up after the Turnabout countdown after that cutscene with Apollo leaving. It was so sudden. Maybe he got tired of being my assistant for my magic tricks. I don't think it's your fault, Trucy. But I made him clean up the toilet a lot, and I made him go bring in the newspaper. It was my fault. I just know it. Oh, Apollo. I really don't think it was your fault, Trucy. But I didn't realize Apollo was wearing so many hats around here either. How could they suspect Athena? It was just ridiculous. It must be some kind of conspiracy. A conspiracy, huh? Well, it certainly is some kind of mistake, that's for sure. First of all, we have to bust Athena out of the detention center. Then we have to chase down the people who framed her. We'll sneak around the world from Kiev to Carolina with the fuzz hot on our tails. Isn't that exactly the same as the plot of a movie you watched the other day? Not surprising. Tata! Thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Welcome on in. We actually, you came in like kind of the perfect time. We are just We are just starting a case, actually. We're just starting 10 about 4 tomorrow. Welcome on in, Yin Yang Gamers. Welcome on in. How you doing? How you doing, chat? How's your stream, Tater? How was it? How was it? How was it? Hello, Cat Dad. Hello, Cat Dad. Hello to you. How was it? How was your stream? How was it? I need a stretch, actually. It's okay. We're trying out Power World. Ooh, I've seen a few videos on Power World, actually. It doesn't seem too bad. It doesn't seem too bad. And stretch, God. About to head out and do some grocery shopping. Ooh, it was fun, yeah. I've heard that, from what I've seen, Power World seems pretty alright. It seems like just like a kind of your like kind of standard like kind of open world game. It does seem like a decently fun though. It does seem like a decently fun. It does seem decently fun. Well, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. If you guys do not know me, I'm a Poppy. I'm a variety streamer. I'm currently playing through a lot of Ace Attorney at the current moment. As if I haven't been playing. As if I haven't been playing Ace Attorney since last August. Yeah, we're playing through a lot of Ace Attorney at the moment. I'm probably going to be playing for a lot of Ace Attorney for a while, honestly, because we still have, well, we're almost finished with Great Ace Attorney, and we have a little bit left to go of the Apollo Justice trilogy. We have Turnabout for Tomorrow to finish, because we've only just started this, and then after we finish Turnabout for Tomorrow, we have another 7 cases left, so it's going to be a while before we finish Apollo Justice. And then in September, we have the Address Investigations duology collection coming out on September, I think it's September 5th. And I'm probably going to be playing on launch day. Wait, what day is it actually coming out? Let me check. I think it's September 6th. It's coming out September 6th. Cheers, Cat Dad. Cheers. But yeah, I also play a few other games as well. I also play The Sims, Minecraft. I'm currently on a survival Minecraft server. I'm on an SMP called Ozwork. We're currently in our 2nd season of Ozwork. As a few other games that I have like kind of on the back burner at the moment, such as Dark Deception, Monsters and Mortals, and Roblox, and like a few other games. But yeah, I also have a few other games that I do kind of want to play that are down in my panels, and yeah, thank you again, Tita, for the raid and the look. Okay, so I think Phoenix mentioned going to the Space Center, so let's go there. Let's go to the Cosmos Space Center. And we are here. I mean, what evidence do we have? Because Phoenix did get rid of quite a bit of evidence. So we have the autopsy report of Terran. That's his name. His name is Clay Terran. We have his autopsy report. We have the Space Center diagram. We have the knife that has Terran's blood on it. We have the Launchpad 1 door lock that had Starbucks' prints on it. We have the security camera video that shows. Okay, at first in the Cosmic Turnabout, actually, people believe that that this person here, where it was the 50, was Solomon, but that turned out not to be the case. This person here with the 50 on that oxygen tank was actually Clay Terran, and this one here being carried was Solomon Starbuck. And then we have the Space Center pamphlet with the map of one of the floors of the 3rd floor, and then we've got a larger diagram of the Space Center in general, showing us, because the other diagram only showed us this building and then the launch pad, but this one also shows us the Space Museum as well. And then we have just a description of something that happens with the Hat 1 replica in the Space Museum. And then we've got the Hope capsule that has asteroid samples in it. And then we've got Aura's statement of what happened, of what she saw when she looked through the window of the 3rd floor. Because she was on a safety ladder, like on the outside, because like everyone had been ordered to evacuate, and she was like close to a safety ladder, so she set up that safety ladder and then climbed down. And when she looked through the 3rd floor window from the outside, she saw someone, the perpetrator, holding a lighter with an Earth emblem. This is being said lighter, and this was found by Fulbright, and it has Athena's prints on it, which got her arrested. And then the people in this case, we have Athena, we have Apollo, we have Trucy, we have Clay, our victim, we have Juniper, who I can't remember how. Oh, she was the one we defended. She was our defendant for Turnabout Countdown, which is heavily connected to the Cosmic Turnabout, and this, I'm guessing this case as well, because if you don't know, we did the first. It was either after the first investigation or the first trial, or the first part of the trial for the Cosmic Turnabout, where that's when Turnabout Countdown occurred in the timeline. So yeah, and that's when we defended Juniper. And then we have Solomon Starbuck, who was our defendant in the Cosmic Turnabout. Then we have Simon Blackwell, who was who is the prosecutor on the who's the prosecutor on this case, and has been the prosecutor of this case, of pretty much the majority of these cases now, I think. So yeah, and he was convicted of murder as well. And we have Bobby Fulbright, who is our detective on this case, and he led the evacuation on the Space Center. Then we have Candace Arms, who's actually the victim of Turnabout Countdown, and was supposed to be one of the witnesses of the Cosmic Turnabout, but because but the Cosmic Turnabout and Turnabout Countdown take place simultaneously. Like part of the Cosmic Turnabout happens, then Turnabout Countdown happens, then the rest of the Cosmic Turnabout happens, and she gets killed partway through the Cosmic Turnabout before we realize, hey, she's one of the witnesses. And then we've got Yuri Cosmos, who is the other witness of the Cosmic Turnabout. And then we have Punko, who is one of the guide robots at the Space Center. Then we have Aura Blackwell, Simon Blackwell's older sister. And I just realized there's like, what, almost 10 years between these two? Jeez, that's a big age gap. But also, it's like a similar age gap between Mia and Maya, because Mia was 27, 28 when she died, and I think Maya was 17 when we first meet her in Turnabout Sisters. And then we've got Clunko, who is one of the robots developed by Aura, and I'm pretty sure Punko was also developed by Aura as well. Okay, and now let's talk to Space Center staff. Oh, and here's Yuri now. You're into Cosmos. Do you have a minute? Galactic scooter. Full speed ahead. Ease off. Director, scooter away. His expression changed the instant he saw you, Daddy. Yeah, well, I dragged his name through the mud pretty good at the trial earlier today. I'm going to talk to us, so let's go boarding lounge. That seems like the logical place to go. We were here only yesterday. Oh hey, Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck, you've been released, huh? Yep, and I came straight here. This is all thanks to you and your team, Mr. Wright. You've given me a second chance to fly into space again. I can't thank you enough. Except... Athena. What's wrong? I thought he'd be happy to be acquitted. As I was coming out of the detention center, I saw Miss Cykes. You saw Athena? I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say to the poor girl. And then, you know what? She flashed a peace sign at me. Congratulations on your acquittal, she said. Now you can go back into space someday. Yeah, that sounds like Athena. I could just picture it. Yeah, she's a really positive person. But I saw her eyes. They were red and swollen from crying. She's gotta be suffering. She must be so worried. And yet she went out of her way to be nice and give me that big smile. She held back her own tears so she could give someone else a smile. That's so Athena. There's no question about it. That girl is innocent. Please, Mr. Wright, you have to make sure she goes free. And then they can put me in prison instead. I don't mind. We can't have that either, Mr. Starbuck. Don't worry, Mr. Starbuck. I'm going to give her the very best defense I can. I promise to get her acquitted, just like I did for you. I know she'll be alright with you in her corner. I know you'll never give up on her. Apollo has a fine boss to look up to. Yeah, about that. He laughed. I still can't believe Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. What could have made Director Cosmos do such a thing? I haven't the foggiest idea. So there never was going to be a launch that day, not from the very beginning. I wonder if Clay knew. I imagine he must have. Surely he would have noticed when you went to board the rocket. It's pathetic to think I was the only one who got taken in. But I guess that's about how it goes when you're worth less than space debris. Is he going to be alright, Daddy? His expressions look as dark as a black hole. Well, that's just how he is. The murderer. Mr. Starbuck, do you remember anything about the murderer? Not really. I only saw a shadowy figure in the dark after all. Yeah, I guess that was a little too much to hope for. Hey, I heard something from the police though. They said they never did find a .10 caliber gun down that trash chute. Just as I thought, the culprit must have carried it away with them when they escaped. So was the person you saw holding a gun, Mr. Starbuck? I couldn't really tell. But it wasn't Athena, right? Could you tell if the person was male or female, tall or short? I can't even tell you that much. Man, I'm useless. When the culprit opened the door and some light came in, I should have been able to see. The door? Ah, yeah. As I recall, they opened the door here as they made their escape. The door to Launchpad 1, right? Yeah, except right now the door leads to the Space Museum. You mean the Launchpad and the Space Museum are switched right now? Yeah, they're trying to investigate the theory you came up with in court. So they're recreating the conditions, huh? I'd like to see what's beyond that door right now. Mr. Starbuck, could you open this door for us? Sure, just let me have my print scanned here. Switching the launch pads. Do the launch pads get switched back and forth a lot? Well, back when the Space Museum was Launchpad 2, they used to switch the pads around at times. But these days Launchpad 2 is only used as a tourist attraction, right? Right, because quite frankly, the Space Center needs the money. I hear ya. Times sure are tough. Discord notification. There we go. Daddy, let's go check out what's beyond that door. Sure, let's go. Hey, why don't I come along? I can show you around. Why is there... Oh. Why is there leaves there? Huh? I wonder what these dead leaves are doing here. Maybe they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoe. There are a lot of trees around the Space Center. she's right. It's a modern, state-of-the-art building, but it's surrounded by trees. But I don't know. If they were stuck to the bottom of somebody's shoes, wouldn't they look more crushed up? These don't look like they've been stepped on. Maybe there's some kind of secret hatch in the corridor and they came in that way. Not everything is set up like a magician's stage, you know. And then what is there the door lock to examine. So this is another one of those devices for opening the door. Yep, but this one doesn't require fingerprint verification. You just hit the button and open sesame. So when you and Clay went through here, you didn't need to show your prints either. That's pretty juicy. Just like how the culprit didn't need to scan their prints when they escaped back out of the Space Museum corridor into boarding lounge 2. Okay, updated in the court record. But I don't see anything else that jumps out at me. And I imagine this corridor is built exactly like the Launchpad 1 corridor. What else? Oh, we don't have anything else to talk to about with Solomon. So I guess back to the entrance. Okay, here we are. Curse the wretch who sullied my good name, reverse course and full speed away. Directed Cosmos way. And he's gone again. I'll handle this, Daddy. Take that. The mobility system has been compromised. Teresa's knife throw was a direct hit to one of his ties. Why did she have a knife? Why did she have a knife? Why does Trucy have a knife? That seems a little dangerous. I mean, I love Trucy, but why does she have a knife? And the streak continues. Maybe I should have kept a closer watch on what tricks she's been practicing. Yeah, you should have. Nordic, hello. Welcome on in. Second red of the stream. To Valhalla with so from Belright Shores to witness popping Natella's trials. May Odin guide us in this Corum saga. Welcome on in, Nordic. How was it? How was Belright? How was it? How was your stream, Nordic? How was it? Nordic raid, yay! Woohoo! Hello everybody. Hello. If you guys do not know me, I'm Poppy. I am a variety streamer who has been playing a lot of Ace Attorney since like August of last year, pretty much. But it's a fun game, a slow one but chill. You know, it's always good to be have a kind of chilled out stream every once in a while. Sometimes you need a chilled out stream. Sometimes you just need a chilled out stream instead of it being all chaotic and shit. So, and my stream was fun, a shorter one, but still fun. I'm glad it was fun. But yeah, if you guys don't know me, I'm a variety streamer. I'm currently playing through a lot of Ace Attorney, and probably will be streaming a lot of Ace Attorney for the foreseeable future, because we're almost finished with Ace Attorney. We've still got like 7 cases after this one of the Apollo Justice trilogy to do, and then the Edgeworth Investigations duology collection comes out in September. So we'll be playing Ace Attorney for a while. But yeah, I also play a few other games like Sims, Minecraft. I'm on an SMP called Oswork. I have a few other games that are kind of like I have a few games in the background that I do need to play more of eventually, like Dark Deception and Roblox and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you, Nordic. Thank you for the stream. I was gonna say thank you for the stream, but no, thank you for the raid. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, thank you for the raid, Nordic. Thank you for the raid. And yeah, we are playing Turnabout for Tomorrow. That's the case. We're playing Turnabout for Tomorrow, which is the 5th case in Dual Destinies, specifically. If you guys thank you for the stream, or for me to raid you, yeah. Thank you for the raid, Nordic. But yeah, if you guys are unaware, the Apollo Justice trilogy is obviously a trilogy. It's made up of 3 games. It is made up of the first Apollo Justice. It's made up of rephrase. Let me rephrase. It is made up of the first Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. And we are almost finished with Dual Destinies, which is the second game. We have this case, and then we have the DLC case. And so yeah, thank you for the hydrate, Nordic. I talk too fast for my own good sometimes, which is sometimes very detrimental when you're playing visual novels like Ace Attorney. Anyways, let's get back into Turn About for Tomorrow. My dear old battleship, we fought many a skirmish together. It has been an honor. Daddy, he's going to blow that thing up. Nah, I bet all that boy will do is make it go haywire again. Please don't blow it up. Very well, I surrender. As a prisoner of war, I expect to be treated honorably. You're not a prisoner of bloody war, man. You're a witness. You're a bloody witness. Director Cosmos, when you were talking in court about switching the launch pads, you use your right to remain silent about the reason as to why. I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the 2 launch pads to begin with. Please, I can't. I exercise my right to remain silent, but I will say my hands were tied. I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. The center of the cosmos is shrouded in mystery, but I don't have any secrets left. Now that my battleship has been destroyed and I've been taken prisoner. Cyclops! We haven't seen these in a while. We haven't seen the Cyclops actually since the first Apollo Justice, I believe. I swear it's been since the first Apollo Justice, since when we saw the Black Cyclops on Christoph Gavin. It's been a solid while since we've seen Cyclops. No secrets left, huh? I beg to differ. Looks like I'll have to undo his Cyclops if I want to get to the bottom of this. Magatama time. And it's so weird not seeing the Magatama in the court record, because the Magatama in the Phoenix Wright trilogy used to be in our court record, but now it's not. It's like Apollo's bracelet. It comes up at the top when needed. But yeah, this is so weird. Yeah, what's the achievement for this case? I literally checked before streaming. I cannot remember. Where is it? Let me see. Let me have a look. Where is it? What is the Steam achievement for this case? And you could just see my mouse moving around because I'm thinking. I don't know if this one has a case. It has one actually. We can check later. I want you to tell me everything you're hiding about the switching of the 2 launch pads. I refuse. You can't make me. I can hold out longer than you. I hope I never get like this when I'm old. Now let's see where to start. This is how you explain your motive for switching the launch pads. You did it to save the astronauts. Thanks to you switching the launch pads, the astronauts escaped injury from the blast. Instead, they safely boarded this museum's rocket far away from the actual explosion. My astronauts were raring to go out on an authentic adventure in space. How do you propose I had them board a fake rocket without them noticing? I agree, you couldn't have done it without help. For one, they would have figured it out the instant they stepped into the Space Museum. You figure you could fool Mr. Starbuck once he'd been drugged with his medication. Without the help of this person, it would have been impossible to pull your plan off. The only person that it had interacted with Solomon, I believe, at that time would have been Clay. So I'm sure Clay. You must have gotten Mr. Terran to help you. He stole the tranquilizers from his mentor's locker and slipped them to him. And then, with Mr. Starbuck in the daze, they boarded the replica rocket in the museum. Somebody please help this poor prisoner of war. You're not a prisoner of war. How is he able to spin around like that? Yeah, I think he's busted. His scooter is busted. If you really wanted to save the astronauts' lives, shouldn't you have just called off the launch? If I could have done that, do you think I would have gone to all that trouble? I guess he must have had a compelling reason why he couldn't call it off. But how did you know to switch the pads in advance of the bombing incident? Well, that's because I was warned in advance. In advance? Once I arrived, I don't even know if that's a word, received that warning, it was my duty to ensure my astronauts' safety. But it was just a warning. It could even have been a prank. Why did you believe in it so completely? Because I went to one of those mediums that everyone's talking about these days. Oh, I didn't realize channeling was back in vogue. That's our first mention of spirit mediums in a while, actually. Spirit mediums have not been mentioned since Ace Attorney 3, Trials and Tribulations in the Phoenix Wright trilogy. And for context, Dual Destinies is AA5. Is the fifth mainline game. Adrift Investigations and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, those are the spin-off games. Those are the spin-offs. The Phoenix Wright games and the Apollo Justice games are the mainline games. And so the three games in the the three games in the Phoenix Wright trilogy are AA1 to AA3, and then the games in the Apollo Justice trilogy are AA4 to AA6. So yeah, we haven't heard of spirit mediums in a solid while. Besides, I thought it was you yourself that got the warning via telephone. Yeah, that's right. The bomber contacted me personally. My battleship is equipped with a special advanced communication system, you see, aka a regular old telephone. It's been a while. Planning another launch? I see you haven't learned. I never forget the terror I felt when I received that call. The bomber said, "It's been a while?" And that was enough to make you take this threat seriously? Perhaps Director Cosmos took the threat so seriously because the Space Center had been involved in a bombing once before? Maybe. The culprit in the current case is the same person who was involved with the incident. The Hat 1 miracle. The Hat 1 miracle. That epic story of survival. People across the nation now know it as a heroic tale of bravery, but in truth, it was an act of sabotage perpetrated by our current killer, wasn't it? Very few knew about the previous plot. So when the caller said it's been a while, you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the danger was real and it wasn't a prank. Didn't anyone ever tell you to go easy on an ex-serviceman? But dude, you're literally hiding shit. You're literally hiding shit. Yeah, the Hat 1 miracle was really a desperate battle against an act of sabotage. I even lost the life of one of my staff members in the fight. Sabotage, murder. So this is the ugly truth behind the Hat 1 miracle. I let my guard down. I thought the saboteur had been caught and that the case was closed. Huh? Wait a minute. The murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. This must be the person Director Cosmos thought. was the culprit? Blackwell. Simon Blackwell, the murder suspect in a case that happened here 7 years ago. We literally just read his file. We literally just read his thing in here. And it literally said convicted of murder at the Space Center 7 years ago. The place and time of the two incidents, the murder and the sabotage, were the same. So he thought that he committed both crimes. But while Prosecutor Blackwell was behind bars, we got another threatening call. If the culprit this time is the same as 7 years ago, then it isn't Simon Blackwell. Realizing that, you were shaken. It meant the true culprits had been. Let me rephrase. It meant the true culprits been running free all this time. How'd you keep seeing straight through me? And that's another cyclope broken and unlocked successful. Whoa, 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 whoa. The reason why director Cosmos won't talk about why he switched the launch pads is connected to the truth behind the Hat 1 miracle. The sabotage and murder that happened at the Space Center 7 years ago. Director Cosmos, tell us what you're hiding. If you really want to understand the reason I decided to switch the launch pads, we'll have to start with the story of that horrible nightmare from 7 years ago. 7 years ago? You mean the so-called Hat 1 miracle? The launch went smoothly, but once the ship entered outer space, then the troubles began. It was all the handiwork of a certain person and their evil scheme. So Mr. Starbuck's traumatic experience wasn't accidental. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. Wow, I had no idea such awful events were behind that exciting story of space heroism. All that in spite of the Space Center having very strict security in those days. All personal effects were examined thoroughly, coming or going. So that means that somebody in the Space Center, somebody that was already in the Space Center and worked very closely in the Space Center, maybe even with part of security, was the actual murderer. You couldn't even smuggle with an old leaf through those checkpoints. So, do you have any clues? Do you have any clue who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. A spy? You mean somebody who infiltrates a foreign country, carries out dangerous missions, and always gets the girl? Someone's watching way too many late night movies. Well, I guess if we're talking about blowing up a rocket and stealing research material, it's not that surprising that a spy could be behind it. The spy. Make no mistake, there's cutthroat rivalry between nations in the space R&D race. Some try to outdo others by any means possible, even deliberate obstruction. 7 years ago, we got a call before the launch warning us of sabotage. The same MO as this time. Yeah, and here I thought the perpetrator had been caught, but it looks like I was wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell seems more like a ninja than a spy, don't you think? Aren't ninjas and spies basically the same thing? Anyways, Blackwell seems more like a samurai than a ninja. But there's a good reason we failed to find the real spy. A massive cover-up by the government. Government officials were too embarrassed to admit that they had allowed such a thing to happen at the hands of a spy. Don't tell me they made the police rush the investigation. And I just realized I had the volume for the Apollo Justice down all the way. So you haven't been hearing anything from the Apollo Justice trilogy. You've just been hearing my voice and the music. They did indeed, and then to cover up the sabotage, they cleaned up the story. And that was the Hat 1 miracle, wasn't it? But then 7 years ago, but then 7 years later, I should say, the same amount, advance warning of sabotage. That must have been the director's reason for switching your launch pads. Just like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, the spy gave you advance warnings of their plans, just like this time. That was what made you decide to switch the launch pads, wasn't it? That's right, the caller knew the facts of the case 7 years ago, despite the cover-up. They knew about the sabotage, the moon rock, the murder. And they said, you don't want things to go like they did 7 years ago, do you? I immediately thought of calling off the launch, but the government wouldn't let me. We don't give in to the likes of terrorists. We must proceed for our country's honor. It was quite a moving speech, actually. Moving? Really? It made me feel easily inspired by political talking points. But I knew the truth. We had been warned, which meant that the danger was very real. And I knew there was no way to stop the spy. No matter what I did, they would find a way. That's why I switched the launch pads and staged a moving rescue scene. First, I snuck into the center the night before and switched the launch pads. That way, the astronauts would go from boarding lounge 1 to the Space Museum. Then I put a closed for repairs sign at the door to launch pad 1 in boarding lounge 2. You did that so the normal visitors wouldn't enter, right? What else did you do? I enlisted the help of several staff members, including Terran, but he didn't let Mr. Starbuck in on it. He'd already been through enough, and he's no good at lying to keep a secret. I'm afraid I had no choice, but I had to have him drugged. My plan went well until Taryn was murdered. Clay's murder her. After the culprit made their escape, I switched the launch pads back. I did it in such a way that no one would find out, but after all that effort, Taryn is dead and the Hat 2 is destroyed. And the Hope capsule, which had returned to us only recently, was also lost in that blast. My home, the center of the cosmos, my beautiful Cosmos Space Center, is done for. Wait, what did you mean by the Hope capsule was lost in that blast? I thought that the Hope capsule was found at the crime scene with Mr. Terran. It had just been brought back by the Hope space probe with the asteroid samples inside. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. The capsule was made held in a safe in Launchpad 1, but I gave it to Terran before the incident so it wouldn't be destroyed in the explosion. The idea was that with it safely in Terran's possession, he could make it look like he rescued it during the staged miraculous escape. But our precious research materials ended up lost to that explosion anyway. But I thought Clay was supposed to keep it safe. And he's dead. You misunderstand, the Launchpad explosion wasn't the one the capsule was lost to. It was lost after the police confiscated it as evidence. It was the courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence and was blown to smithereens. Oh, it was blown up in Turnabout Countdown. Yet another casualty of that blast. Ultimately, I think the culprit may have known about the switching of the launch pads. What? How? The police found a wiretapping device during their investigation today. I bug aboard my battleship and tap on my advanced communications system. I wire on that phone? Yeah, I wire on this very phone. I use this phone to give instructions to my staff about the launchpad switch. Just to the few select members who knew about the plan. Just before the incident, staff members were coming in and out of Launchpad 1. The culprit probably slipped in with them amid the confusion. I planted the bomb then. Yeah, if they were tapping your phone, they definitely could pull something like that off. So you really think the same spy is behind this incident and the ones 7 years ago? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. Then this spy must be the phantom Prosecutor Blackwell has been chasing. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once the hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. So if we can find this phantom, that's right, we can clear Athena's name. And then there's the matter of Prosecutor Blackwell too. What about him? Well, if the culprit of 7 years ago is the same person as in the current incident. The main prosecutor Blackwell is innocent. That's still an if though. I wonder how dangerous that guy would be in court without handcuffs. But if we're going on a ghost hunt, count me in. It's all over for me. Spin, well, I'm done for. The center of the cosmos is doomed. Okay. Do you think he's gonna be alright, Daddy? No. Well, at least he will be in good company. There must be planets out there he can spin with. Which reminds me, I'd like to delve a little deeper into the Hat 1 mission too. If you want to learn more, start at the Space Museum. So that's where we're going next, the Space Museum. There's a Hat 1 exhibit there. Oh, don't mind me. I'll just keep spinning here and see how the cosmos unfolds. So you're gonna make yourself dizzy. It's like he achieves spiritual enlightenment or something. I'm sure he'll stop when he gets dizzy. Let's go visit the Space Museum. Let us go, move. Space Museum. Let's see. What's the exhibit on the launch 7 years ago? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the Hat 1 exhibit. Oh wow, look at that photo of the team. There's Clay, there's Starbuck, there's Aura, there's Yuri, and then there's another person at the very right next to Aura. I don't know who the fuck that is, but she must be important in this case. There's Clay and Mr. Starbuck, Director Cosmos, Aura Blackwell, even Paco. Oh yeah, Paco's there as well. But I've never seen the woman on the right before. Everybody looks so happy, well except for Director Cosmos. He just looks like that. Let's check out the newspaper article too. Hat 1 launch imminent, and there's a photo of the Hope space probe. I guess it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage. Wait, what? Yeah, it's only natural it doesn't talk about the murder or the sabotage. They really were keeping it a secret, just like the director said. Daddy, take a look at that jacket. It must be the Hat 1 team's uniform jacket. Yeah, it's just like the one, it looks like the one Clay wore. Yeah, it's like the one Clay wears. It's the same sign as the one Apollo was wearing, the one that belonged to Clay. Yeah, Apollo was wearing Clay's. Actual jacket worn by a Hat 1 team member, it says. No replica, huh? I wonder if he was Mr. Starbucks. Yeah, we'd actually never seen him wear that. He's just been wearing his spacesuit the entire time. Hello? Oh, it's Juniper! Oh, Miss Woods, what brings you here? I heard Dina got arrested, so I've been looking for you, Mr. Wright. I thought you might be here at the scene. You must be so worried, but rest assured, I'm going to do my very best to defend her. Tina's going through such a hard time. I hope she doesn't lose heart. Even just coming back to this place must have been really difficult for her. Her? You mean the Cosmos Space Center? What? You didn't know? She used to live here when she was a little girl. She did? No, I didn't know. No wonder she knew so much. Miss Woods, could you tell me more in detail? Athena in the Space Center. I need 5 minutes, guys. I need 5 minutes. Athena's mum worked here. If I remember right, she was a doctor of psychology or something like that. Which makes Athena being loving at psychology make more sense. But I was a psychology specialist working at a space research facility. I don't really know. But I do know that she lived and worked here, so Athena lived here too. So it was far from Athena's first time here. I wonder why she didn't mention it. She probably didn't want to talk about it. This place is connected to a very sad memory for her. What a sad memory? A sad memory? Can you tell me about it? There was a terrible incident here. It was 7 years ago. Huh, 7 years ago? The same time frame as the Hat 1 launch. Athena's mom in the robotics lab? She was murdered. Oh. What? After it happened, Athena stopped coming to school. Poor Athena. And all this time, she never let on at all. I was sort of worried about her. I came here so many times hoping to see her. Oh god, I feel bad for Athena now. But I never saw her again until, you know, recently. Until the events of Turnabout Academy, that is. After a while, we started exchanging letters. But I didn't get to see her face to face for 7 long years. Until the first time we'd seen her in 7 years was during Professor Court's case. That's right, and I was so surprised. She was like a completely different person, so cheerful and happy. Young Athena. What was Athena like as a child? She was very sensitive and kind. She didn't talk very much. She liked to draw and paint at home. That's completely different from the Athena we know now. I can't even picture it. She never left the Space Center much because she was very sensitive to other people's emotions. When she went to crowded places, she'd get dizzy from all the emotions flying around. It must be hard to hear people's hearts as well as their voices. She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research. I wonder what kind of research it was. Because of her special ability, Tina couldn't handle being in school very often, and I was always so out sick because of my weak constitution. Maybe that's why we became such good friends. We used to play together here at the Space Center a lot. It brings back memories. Sounds like Athena's mother played a big role here at the Space Center. Ooh, Daddy, show her that picture. Atta girl, good idea. Okay, we're gonna present. Oh, this one. Could you take a look at this for me? Oh look, there's Athena's mom. The woman on the far right, the one in the kimono. That's Dr. Metis Cykes. Athena's mother's murder. Did you by any chance have any connection to the Hat-1 launch? What? Why, yeah, it did. As I recall, it happened on the day before the launch. Just as I suspected. So the woman next to Aura is Metis Cykes then. I don't know how to say her name. Metis? I don't know. But that wasn't the worst of it. One of my staff members was murdered. So this is the murder Director Cosmos was talking about. Does that mean that the crime Prosecutor Blackwell was convicted of is the murder of Athena's mother? There's a chance her death is somehow connected to the current case. There is? Thank you for your help, Miss Woods. And please, try not to worry. I won't let anything happen to Athena. Thank you, Mr. Wright. I know you'll take good care of her. So we need to investigate the robotics lab and also talk to Athena. We've got our place for Daddy. I hope we can fit it all in before the day is through. The detention center first then. We have to see Athena before visiting hours are over. Okay, detention center first. And it's in like 10-ish seconds. Well, if it isn't Mr. Lawyer, fancy meeting you here. Oh, hello, Detective Fulbright. Here on business? To tell the truth, I'm here to interview Ted today. The one behind the courtroom bombing incident. He certainly said he's ready to tell the truth about that case. And what he was saying, why did I say trying instead of saying, was so incredible. I just had to come right over to hear more. Incredible? What was he saying? Why don't you hang around and hear it for yourself? Really? Us? Are you sure? I give you my special permission. And it's starting soon, by the way. Here comes the bomber now. Ted Turner, we haven't seen him in a while. You, what nerve you have to come here? You're here to laugh at me, I suppose. I can waste my breath on you. After all, you're the one who assaulted Apollo. I'll put him in the hospital. Violence, no. Question, okay. No violence? Too bad Apollo didn't get a chance to say that before you attacked him. And that is in progress. I'm just gonna eat my Reese's Pieces while we wait for the act to be over. I never know what to do on these like short ad breaks. Never know what to do. You know what? I always get I need to stretch though. To stretch. My arm is feeling weird and I don't know why. And this probably looks weird, but whatever. So how are you doing, chat? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing, chat? And the ad is over. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Fine. So just answer me this, Mr. Tony. What is this truth of yours about the courtroom you blew up? No, I didn't do it. I didn't blow up the courtroom. When I killed Detective Arm, there was another person in the room. What are you talking about? Who else could have been there? I'm sorry, I tell you. I saw someone's hand as they were stealing the remote switch. This person was there and witnessed the murder I committed. What? I don't know who it was. But that's who blew up the courtroom. You expect us to buy that? Easy there, Tuesday. I don't see any psych locks, so I guess he must not be lying. So I'm guessing he already told Trucy about the psych locks and the Magatama. Pardon me, I got a little carried away, but I'm telling you the truth, I did not detonate that bomb. And there you have it. We can't exactly ignore his claims, of course, so we're doing a follow-up. We're even analysing the bomb itself or what's left of it. We haven't found any new facts yet, though. Well, they've laid it all out, piece by piece. But look at all those beautiful little pieces. I wish I could have them. Oh, look. Looks like his geek switch has been activated. Okay, phony fancy bomb. Add to the court record. Well, I hope you're ready for Prosecutor Blackwell's special brand of questioning. I think but that. I'm afraid I have to be off now too. I was just about to question Miss Cykes. Okay, so we can't talk to Athena then. You're going to see Athena now? That's right. Oh, did you folks come to see her? Sorry for the trouble, but could you come back later? Well, off I go. What bad timing. Looks like we'll have to wait until after her questioning to see her. After we came all this way too. Well, I guess it's back to the Space Center. Let's check out the robotics lab, Daddy. Alright, sounds like a plan. Let's do robotics lab, which we haven't seen before. We're here, robotics lab. So this is the robotics lab, huh? Looks like it's exactly one floor above the boarding lounge. Oh, is this where was this where Aura was? Oh, wait, no, she was Aura. Never mind. Aura was on the 5th floor, wasn't she? Not on the 4th floor. And where people were directed to evacuate from via the emergency ladder. This is where Athena's mother was killed 7 years ago. Speaking of someone who works with robots, Aura. Hey, look over there. Oh, it's Apollo! So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? He's talking to Aura. Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we start talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Aura Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about. Well, come to spell off one? Just when I was enjoying our alone time. Tuesday and Mr. Right. If it's Apollo you want, you can't have him. He said he's investigating on his own, and I respect his wishes. We just came to investigate this lab. Well, this is my lab, so you need my permission if you want to do any snooping. I just want to ask you a few questions, alright, that's it. I learned about the trial. I heard about the trial, even. You made mincemeat out of the director. And suddenly Starbuck was out and your little subordinate, the princess, was in. Case closed, and they all lived happily ever after. Yep. Kind of joke. Daddy say something to her. And I suppose you're going to defend the princess in court, am I right? The princess, her. Guess she's talking about Athena. Of course, Athena is innocent. Oh my, such loyalty and trust. She seems pretty suspicious to me though. The emotionally unstable princess. There's your culprit for you. Don't you agree, Apollo? I don't know yet. Apollo, how could you? What's wrong with saying I don't know if it's true? It's a very scientific approach. Your subordinate is more level-headed than you. Or should I say, former subordinate. Oh, you are such a dickhead. Honestly, she's such a dick. Slightly starting to hate her now. Do I love her? Yes. Am I slightly starting to hate her now? Yes. I can't believe it. Does Apollo really suspect Athena? Phew. All this laughing has worn me out. Now I'm trying to say something hunker-junk. Mr. Terran, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay? Mr. Terran? But that's Apollo you're talking to. All this hunker-junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is possessed by Clay's ghost. Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran, how are your injuries? Mr. Terran? I guess Clay intends to hang around to haunt the princess that murdered him. Oh, and to haunt the lawyer that defends her too, of course. A robot that can see ghosts? Yeah, right, and I'm a spirit medium. I mean, you did used to work on a spirit medium like a while ago. My fate. Sorry, but apparently scientists just don't tell very frightening ghost stories. And I intend to defend Athena, no matter what you have to say about it. How perfectly foolish. That kind of blind belief makes people lose sight of the truth. Just like 7 years ago. What do you know about 7 years ago? Could you tell me about the incident 7 years ago? Why? Do you enjoy trampling on people's feelings and rubbing salt in their wounds? Or do you just want to make me talk? In that case, what should I ask you for in return? I'd like to hear about that incident too. Help me understand the current case better. Apollo knows about that case too? Well, if you're the one who's asking, Apollo, come on, Hunker Jump. You tell the story. Miss Aura, that's private information. If you won't talk, I'll just have to make you talk. She just zaps. She just zaps him. Yes. Who cares about personal privacy? Not me. I'm ready to utilize my blast processing abilities to impart all available information. Oh, what a magic trick. He's like a completely different robot now. The bodies of all the robots that come through this lab are designed by Miss Aura. I was born 7 years ago. Miss Aura was much younger then. Yikes, now watch what you say if you don't want to get recycled, Plonko. And our hearts were created by that great genius, Dr. Metis Cykes. Hearts? Robots with hearts? Can you even make such a thing? Emotions are not irrational things. Our logic and our hearts can be integrated. The two navigation companions created by Miss Aura and Dr. Metis transcend humans. Oh shit, I didn't realize there's a picture of Metis Cykes on her desk. Metis? Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. Nobody could continue Metis' research. She and her work were truly one of a kind. And now the two navigation companions are all that are left of Metis here on Earth. The robots are all that's left? Isn't she leaving our very important someone, Athena? We built the ultimate creations together, but now she's gone. I get the feeling Dr. Cykes loved her robots almost as much as she loved her daughter. And almost as much as she loved you. Hahaha, what are you talking about? Don't make me laugh. But you lost someone too, didn't you, Apollo? Your friend Clay. And I guess you and I are pretty much in the same boat. Miss Aura, would you like a tissue? Keep your trap shut, junk. Okay, let's ask her about Clunko and Plonko. Clunko is an important keepsake of your time with Dr. Cykes. You should treat him better. What does it matter? He doesn't feel pain and can always repair his body. Besides, their hearts aren't actually in their bodies. What do you mean by that? The program Metis wrote runs on a separate mainframe. Their bodies are controlled remotely from there. Their hearts and memories are there too. These bodies are really just peripherals, so I can do anything I want to them. I'm not so sure that gives you the right to physically abuse the poor things. But why are you people looking into such an old case now anyways? Well, we believe the culprit of that incident might be the same person as in this case. So Denny's going to find out who killed Dr. Cykes too. I'm sure you're aware of who Metis' killer is. Yeah, Prosecutor Blackwell, also it seems. That's a quaint way of putting it. Are you implying you don't think he did it? I can't say anything for sure right now, but that's exactly why I'd like to hear your side of it to help me be sure. I was the one who introduced Simon to Metis, you know. He wanted to learn psychology, he said, to give himself an edge in court. Prosecutor Blackwell's forte, his infamous power of suggestion technique. Exactly. And he was oddly serious about it, rather than a teacher-student relationship. He treated her more like a loyal samurai who would teach his sovereign. He seems more like a lost soul than a dignified samurai to me. He even got along well with that miserable little princess. Why do you call Athena the princess anyway? Well, she is Metis' daughter after all, although she's nothing like her. Besides, doesn't the selfish little princess always have lots of white knights hanging around? Now I see why Athena didn't say anything when we ran into Aura yesterday. It all makes sense now. So the culprit behind the two cases could be the same, huh? That settles it then. What does it settle? None of your business. Just forget you heard anything. How long are you people going to hang around in here anyway? What? But we came in here to take a look around. You think you can just waltz in here and ransack the place and stuff? Show me a search warrant. Whatever, please, so we don't have one. Then get out. Now, Cloco, show them out. Certainly, Miss Aura. Ouch, don't push. My apologies, I'm just following orders. Okay, so we can't search the lab then. At least not for now. Not for right now, at least. Okay, so we're back at the entrance now. What a way to get shown out. The nerve of that woman. What's with the horrible attitude? I guess that's just how she is. And why was Apollo going along with her? I guess it's because they have something in common. Apollo lost play, just like how Aura lost Dr. Cykes. I'm really worried about him. He's not himself at all. He's usually not all cool and dark and mysterious like that. I guess that's true. Does she mean he's usually silly and darky? I'm going to go keep an eye on him. Hey, wait, Trucy, come back! She's gone. What should I do now? Detective Fulbright is probably still questioning Athena. Guess I'll go back to the office. Alone. Alright. Back to Right Editing Agency. Here we are. Here we are back at the Right Editing Agency. Well, here I am. This office has never felt so empty. I guess I haven't been here at the office all by myself in a long time. Yeah, when you think about it. Like, it's been what? 8 years since it's been like what, 7, 8 years, like 8 years since he got disbarred. And it's probably been, wait, let me see. He adopted Trucy 8 years ago. So it would have been around 8 years ago that he got disbarred. So it's probably been like, what, close to 9 years since he's actually run this office completely by himself. When I first became a lawyer, my mentor was here with me, Mia. And then for a while after that, she was always by my side. Now I'm getting all sentimental. I must be tired. Huh? There's something on the floor. What's the letter doing here? Hey Nick, it's been a while, huh? Miss me? I know this handwriting. I read somewhere that you are holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. There must have really been something. Although will is par for the course for you. I think she, or whatever paper she's reading, is a little off on the details. I love to come visit, but I'm right in the middle of a difficult part in my training. So instead, think of me as you watch those Steel Samurai videos I sent. I'm sure they'll cheer you right up. This is one of the phase. This is definitely one of the phase. Yours truly, Maya Faye. It's Maya, good old Maya. It's as if she knew I was feeling down and needed a lift. Oh wait, yeah, Maya was here for a while. Oh my god, it's in the HD style as well. It's in the Phoenix Wright styles. Maya was my assistant for quite a while. Believe it or not, but she's a spirit medium. This Makatama I use on Cyclops, Maya is the one who gave it to me. And I wonder how this letter got here. Mr. Nick? Ah! It's Pearl! Oh, it's you, Pearls! It's Pearl! Oh, we haven't seen her in so long. How have you been, Mr. Nick? This is Pearl Faye, though I call her Pearls. She is Maya's cousin, who is also a spirit medium. A very talented one at that. I've known her since she was 8 years old, but Apollo and Athena only met her a few months ago. You didn't come all this way just to bring me a letter, did you? I apologize for barging in. The door was unlocked. But I can't believe there was a big explosion here. The office doesn't look any different. She's even further off on the details than Maya. I wish I could take you out to eat or something, Pearls, but there's a lot going on. Oh, I knew that. I didn't come here for a social visit, you know, Mr. Nick. What did you come here for then, Pearl? Did you read the postscript on the letter? Huh? There's more? Oh yeah, here it is. P.S. I bet you've been too busy to clean or take care of the office. So Pearlie said she would come help you. Isn't she sweet? You better thank her. Oh, so that's what you're doing here. That's awfully nice of you, Pearls. Mara and Pearls, thanks to these two, I'm starting to feel a little better. Thank you, girls. Now that I'm here, I'm going to whip this place into shape. You just concentrate on your work and don't mind me at all. I need to talk to Prosecutor Blackwell if I want to learn more about his case. With the trial still going on, they must be holding him down at the detention center. Okay. Oh, I missed that. I want to talk to him first. Has it been a while since you've seen Mystic Maya? Yeah, quite a while. She used to drop by the office sometimes to say hello, but she hasn't been by recently. I wonder what she's up to these days. To become a spirit medium worthy of heading the Fake Land, that was a voice break, she undergoes rigorous training. But she says she's growing really tired of the vegetarian diet. I'll have to have some burgers delivered to her then. Oh, I'm sure she would love that. But to get where she is, the delivery person would have to climb a steep mountain. I hope she tips them well then. Any ideas? I'm gonna check this Discord notification. Quickly. There we go. There we go. Your hair is nice and spiky today, as always, Mr. Nick. Thanks, I generally try to look good if I'm going to be in court. You make it spiky so that the prosecution will feel intimidating? Ah, no, that's not exactly my intention. Your hairstyle is to make you look bigger and stronger, just like a rooster's comb, right? That's what Mystic Maya says anyway. She couldn't compare it to something cool like a lion's mane. Okay, let's go. Detention center, I think. Well, look who's here. I wonder what they're talking about. All this time and you haven't said a word. It's even turning your hair grey. I have another Discord notification. Another Discord notification. I get so many Discord notifications. This stream. So many. I'm just so popular, aren't I? I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? Today is all there is when there's no tomorrow. When there's no tomorrow? What is she talking about? We have company, Aura. Please try to calm down. Alright, fine. I see you're just not going to listen no matter what I say. I've had it. If that's the way you're going to be, I have another plan up my sleeve. I hope you're happy, Simon, because I'm done. Do as you please. See if I care. Ugh. Wow. I could cut the tension with a katana. Right, Donna. And it looks like Fulbright saved your case in court this morning. What? Oh, yeah, he did. You bounced back to business quick. Prosecutor Blackwell, forgive me, but it was just the thing to do. But as a result, Sykes Donor was arrested. Was that just the thing to do? Mr. Lawyer, I'm sorry, but it was evidence. What else could I do? Don't worry about it. I plan to defend her and prove her innocence. I wouldn't take things so lightly if I were you. Right, Donor? This is blade-proof glass, right? 7 years ago. Prosecutor Blackwell was looking into the case from 7 years ago. You're looking for somebody you call the Phantom of 7 years past, aren't you? You villain. Where did you hear about that? This glass is absolutely positively blade-proof. Right? No, it wasn't me. I didn't say a single... oops. Ouch. At least it wasn't my fault. Could you tell me who this Phantom is? And also, you didn't really kill Dr. Sykes, did you? God, the guest is leaving. Prosecutor Blackwell, please listen to me. The culprit in the current case might be the same one as the one in the case 7 years ago. If you would cooperate, we could probably solve both cases. Well, my phone has finished charging. I'm gonna put my AirPods in charge for a bit because I think we're towards the end of this investigation and I might just do the entire trial on Friday. I suppose I could talk. One who killed my mentor was, without question, me. I stole Sykes Donner's mother away from her, and I destroyed her life. Prosecutor Blackwell. God, where are you? Stop dragging your feet, I tell you. There he goes. No, we've upset Prosecutor Blackwell. Now, what are we going to do, Mr. Lawyer? There's so much we can do. Detective Fulbright, do you mind if I ask you just a little more about that old case? Well, I guess it won't make any difference now. What would you like to know? Do you know anything about that trial about the trial that got him convicted? A little. The police call the incident the UR1 incident. Prosecutor Blackwell was charged with murdering his psychology mentor. Kind of like if your red Mr. Lawyer was to kill you. I want to think about that one. There were two decisive pieces of evidence, so a verdict was reached very quickly. 2 pieces of evidence, huh? What were they? Let's see. The first was some security camera footage. He was the only one who used the corridor to the murder scene at the time of the crime. The only one, huh? Ouch, that does sound pretty decisive. Could you show me that footage? Oh, sorry, I don't have it with me right now. I guess I have to see it some other time. 7 years ago, I did. It's a 7-year-old video editor court record. And what was the second piece of evidence? This one's even more incriminating. A photo of the moment of the crime. See? There he is at the crime scene holding that bloody katana. It was the victim's, kept on display in the room. She did a thing for Japanese culture. Wow. It'd be hard to explain this one away. Okay. But that doesn't show Blackwell like actually stabbing Dr. Sykes though. It just shows him holding the bloody katana. We've explained that away multiple times in several other cases, haven't we? But who took this picture, detective? The incident happened the day before the Hat 1 launch. A reporter who had come to do a story on the launch was in the room across from the lab. This just happened to show up in one of the pictures he took. Okay. So it was taken by a reporter. Prosecutor Blackwell's attitude earlier was so odd. He's definitely hiding something. Prosecutor Blackwell said he was hunting a phantom from 7 years ago, didn't he? Yeah, and I imagine it's getting more and more urgent as his execution date approaches. What did you just say? Execution date? What? Did I say something? Never mind me, you didn't hear a thing. So he was given the death sentence. Yeah, he told me not to tell you people actually. But I guess there's no sense hiding it anymore. His execution date is tomorrow. What, tomorrow? No. Miss Blackwell, don't you think that's enough for today? Enough for today? Today is all that is when there's no tomorrow. Love crab rave. Love crab rave. Crab rave? What am I saying? I love crab rave. What if the culprit of the current case is the same one as the one from 7 years ago? Then it would be the worst possible scenario. Prosecutor Blackwell would be executed tomorrow under a false charge. But that would be unthinkable. We have to do something right now. I want to do something, I want to, but you're a lawyer. You know how hard it is to overturn a decision. I don't know why. Why isn't Prosecutor Blackwell putting up any kind of fight? You know how he was, right? He's been like that ever since his conviction. Totally uncooperative. Not even his own sister could persuade him. Uncooperative. When he's about to be executed for a crime he didn't commit. This isn't right. I can't let it happen. I have to stop it somehow. What? Oh, pardon me. It looks like I have a phone call. Foot right here. What? What's happening? You've got to be kidding. That's quite a reaction. I bet he's making some big show of it right now. Mr. Lawyer, the robots. The robots are... Detective Fulbright, get a hold of yourself. Some kind of robot malfunction? No malfunction. They're staging a revolt. The machines are rebelling against humans. They've hold themselves up in the space center and taken the visitors as hostage. They did what? No. Tracy! Oh shit! Tracy was there, wasn't she? We have to get back up. We have to get right up over there. This is going to be one heck of a battle. Shit. The riot police are here. And the robots really are holding people hostage. Look, Mr. Lawyer, what do you suppose that people are swarmed around? I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost. You robots have declared war as humans. You've even taken hostages already. Stay away from it. You never know what it will do. But he's not a bad robot. Can you see he's just trying to help me? I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. Alright, people. What's going on here? Pearls, over here. Oh, Mr. Nick, there you are. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried. Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself. I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I am happy. Clockle seems the same as before. When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something odd? Did I error? Oh, there is something wrong with him. Ah! Oh, he's been shut off. Has all the robots been shut off? It seems like he fell asleep. He must have been tired. What's he laughing about? Clonko? Oh. Oh? Human beings are enemies. It's time for the machines to take over. The robots are rebelling. Everybody run! It's not war, it's the end of the world. Fools, how could you fall for something so cliche? I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely. What? But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad. Hey you, hostage number 1, come here. I'll let you talk to them. Huh? There's something being displayed on Clocko's space screen. The exhibit? The Space Museum? It's the Space Museum of the Hat One. Daddy, is that you? Juicy, is that you? No! Juicy, are you alright? 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire. Our researcher is the one behind it. She's here. This girl talks too much. Juicy, talk to me. Why are you doing this? I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening. Bobby Fulbright here, I'm all ears. I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Terrence murderer, Athena Sykes. Athena? Now hold on just a moment. I can't understand one moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that. So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then. No, wait. Mr. Lawyer. I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. But promise me. Promise me you'll never hand Athena over, and you won't give up on these hostages either. Of course I won't. Now I better contact headquarters. Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time? I have no idea yet, but this hostage taker, could it be Aura? Maybe? If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have Hunkajunk kill all the hostages. Yeah, it's Aura. It's definitely Aura. Princess Hunkajunk? There's only one person this could be. Aura. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, even if you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Hostage Taker, Athena is not a murderer. What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they've got her in detention. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? Well, it's not Athena, it's someone else. Alright, let's see your stupid little theory. Who is this real killer? I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same one as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have a personal interest in that case. It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is. But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it. Just, what exactly are you proposing? What can I do about this 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker? We've tried it in court. I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we can find out the truth. That's good. Real good. Hey detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get our courtroom ready. 1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow. If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we'll need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. She will? I guess I can be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene. But Hunkajunk here will be watching you, so don't try anything funny, you got that? Now follow Hunkajunk. Right, police, make way. We're coming through. Mr. Make way, I'll help you with the investigation. Thanks, pals. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. Okay. We're back in the robotics lab. Oh god, this is a stressful situation. Aura dropped us off with a warning not to touch anything until she got back. I wonder what's taking so long. But we can't really start the investigation yet, can we? Even if we could, this mess makes it hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago. Mr. Ryan? Ah, it's a hostage taker. I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived. A guest? Please? Wait. Where's it? Is it her? Edgeworth? Edgeworth. It's Miles.
I trust you've been well, right?
Miles! Edgeworth, what are you doing here? This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor, but now... Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon he'll be a year, right? A title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss? I guess so. Miles Edgeworth. So what are you doing here, Edgeworth? The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case. Oh, she's good. She went all the way up to the top. I gathered all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you a rundown. You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Thanks, I appreciate this. I could really use the help. The UR1 incident. I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was a psychologist, Dr. Metis Cykes. Yeah, Athena's mother. 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very courtroom. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see. What a terrible way to die. This other photo shows the other side of the river scene. Okay, those have been put in the court record. I also have the autopsy report here. So he's not going to be pulling the... actually, I have the updated autopsy report trick. The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene. Yeah, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture. The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch. Yeah, Director Cosmos mentioned this too. A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor. I hear his trial was over in a flash. Yeah, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too. The security camera video and a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall. But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive? To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but he would never say why. So that means he must still be hiding something. Right, and there was another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public. Yeah, I know, the part about the spy, right? Right, how on earth do you know about that? Director Cosmos told me after a bit of pressure. He told me espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets. Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock. But if you can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy, we can stay the execution. It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can. Thanks, Edward. Now all I have to do is scope this room for evidence. Let's do it together. Ooh. Can I talk to him again? No. Examination time. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench. Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this all. See a cute little food processor? That isn't a food processor, pose. That's the Hubble capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hubble space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body. The first on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsule, which reminds me. So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Apollo and Aura Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about. Edward, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule? Oh, you mean this? It's a custom-made shock-resistant bag. But how did you know? Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all. So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is it? Okay. What is this? Giant robot. Judge Tron JTOT. This is one heck of a robot. There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law, and I am the law. I will deal to the devil of judgment. I am Judge Tron J202. I don't believe we need to bother with that pearl. It's not even completed yet. He's right, pals. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room, so it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh? But you can see the probe in this newspaper photo. Yeah, and you can see the stone moon rock at there too. Oh, that must be the space rock then. I did not realize that was it. That strange black and white and black and yellow on that strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture. Note that the space rock is absent from the crime scene photo. Oh yeah. Not only that, but before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. So, the person who stole it, think it was our spy? I'm sure of it. Dr. Cykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit. Okay. Huh. I wonder why she has Metis's picture on her desk though. Iris' desk is a mess, though that doesn't surprise me. Oh, I just want to dive in and straighten it up. Wait, before you do... Metis. Huh? She just glanced over at her desk. I'm gonna sneeze. You know when you need to sneeze, but it just disappears? That's the most frustrating thing ever. It's Metis Cykes. Clonko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal. Do you wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright? If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area. They don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident? When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused. Ah, so you don't call Dr. Cykes' mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura? The loss she exhibited a severe catecholamine imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. So she went into the depressive episode. She would spend the nights crying and then take out her feelings on those around her. After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well. I'm pretty sure serotonin is a... What did he say? I can't remember. Catecholamine. That's what he said. Cholamine. Serotonin is not a catecholamine. Dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine are catecholamines. Epinephrine and norepinephrine are just adrenaline and noradrenaline, by the way. After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial, which is read out. That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then, little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura. And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Clonko her. That murder destroyed so many lives. Right, take a look at this paper on Dr. Cykes and Miss Blackwell's research. Conco and Clonko, they're the robots with hearts that Dr. Cykes created. Can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, which is why Clonko thought that Apollo was Clay earlier, because Apollo was wearing Clay's jacket. Can also recognize a person by their facial features once the face has been registered. And that probably caused some sort of like error in Clunko's like system because Apollo, you know, different face to Clay, but was wearing Clay's jacket. Can infer people's emotions by analysing their tone of voice and communicate with them. A heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognise people by their ID tag or facial features. They can infer people's emotions by analysing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth, they might even be more human than you. What's that supposed to mean? It kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Interesting. It looks like an operating table. It's in the photo too. Yeah, it was here then as well with the victim's body lying on it. There's a button here. Oh, I know. I'll try pushing it. Pals, don't touch that. Oopsie. Hey, it's moving. It appears to be a robot assembly device. Just to assemble anything with flash, push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Ned? Please don't push any more buttons, Pels. So there's a new robot being constructed because of Pels. I want to see this play out. Oh, that's been taken up to into wherever that is. Oh, is it just? It's going to keep playing that animation again. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation. The explosion disables the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to do. As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside. I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. Okay, that's been added to our call back on now. Okay, we can't examine anything else now. I guess that's about it for this room. So what do you think, right? Any ideas? There's still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow. After all, you asked me to prove Blackwell's innocent, right, Edgeworth? What? He did? Yep, he called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. So that was what sparked you to get your attorney spikes back? Yep, the Blackwell case. Okay, right. I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion. Hey, I'm not even a liar anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time. That 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him. Oh, just when I'm beginning to actually like the job I have now. What? Playing poker and piano? Right, I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details. Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. The dark age of the law. It sure comes on a lot these days on TV and in the papers. I hear there are more false charges and fabrication of evidence than ever. When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago. A lawyer was caught fabricating evidence. And a year after that, a prosecutor was found guilty of murder. Wait, do you mean... That's right. He's talking about my case of Prosecutor Blackwell's. It was a downward spiral after that. An absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. public opinion was tainted, and before long the legal world itself was sucked into it. It's such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. The lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together. It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt. They start lying to themselves and each other. Yeah, I'd do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's rest. Is it just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him? The hostage taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times. It sure is. Do you have any idea who the hostage taker might be? Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly? Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Cykes to confess. Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena. The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence. And then maybe she'll release the hostages. I'm counting on you, right? To set that prosecutor and those hostages free. And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too. Of course, I do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more than liberty to be a little unorthodox. Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation? Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena. She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center, so I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth. Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again. Yeah, it's been a little while since we faced Edgeworth in court. Okay, we're back at the detention center. And we'll finally be able to see Athena again. After all this time. She was right by my side only a few short hours ago. But I feel like I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, Mr. Wright. It's Athena! And Widget as well. And Pearly too. I knew you would come. After all, the first step is the interview with the defendant. And because you're my friend, I was worried about you. Heh. Thanks, boss. I'm not the only one who's worried either. Really? Who else? I saw Miss Woods today. She was so beside herself, she came to find me. She told me you used to live in the Cosmos Space Center. No wonder you knew so much about the place. Oh, so you know her? I'm sorry I didn't tell you. That's alright. But there's some other things I'd like to ask you. Sure, you can ask me anything. I promise I won't keep any more secrets from you. The day of crime. Tell me about the day Clay was murdered. I was actually at the Space Center that day. In the Space Museum. Right where the culprit fled to? That's not good. I never could fully deal with what happened 7 years ago. Add in 5 minutes, everyone. When I saw the center again during the news coverage of the Hat-2 launch, I thought maybe if I went there, things would be different this time. That must have taken a lot of courage to face your past like that. So I went to the Space Museum the evening before the explosions. This was before the launch pads had been switched. There was a sign that said closed for repairs, and they weren't letting anybody in. Yeah, the director couldn't very well switch the pads if there were people there. But I snuck in anyway. Did you want to see that Hat 1 group photo, the one with your mother in it? I did. But what I really wanted to see was her jacket. That jacket on display. That was Dr. Cykes? Okay, that's been updated in the court record now. But I should have known it wouldn't be easy to get over such a traumatic experience. The second I saw that jacket, it all came rushing back to me. Everything around me went hazy and I couldn't see. I tried to get out of there somehow, but I guess I passed out. When I came to, I was in the passage behind the rocket. I was in the shadows where people couldn't really see me. Maybe you got confused and went the wrong way when you were trying to leave. How long do you think you were unconscious, Athena? I was out until about noon the next day. Didn't even know about the explosions. When I woke up, nobody was around, so I just went out into the boarding lounge too. My mind must have still been fuzzy because my memory is vague after that. I don't remember how I got home. No memory, huh? This is gonna be tough. Which means, what if I'm the one who killed Clay? I think that's enough of that, Athena. Let's talk about something else. So during the entire incident, she was unconscious in the Space Museum. Of course I believe her. But will anybody else? Probably not. Let's ask her about her mum. What kind of research was Dr. Cykes? You wasn't doing? Machines that could tell people's emotions by their tone of voice. And my special ability. Someday when people travel to distant planets, their companions will be robots. So she said they had to be able to understand how their human companions felt. Wow, robots that can understand people. I was just a convenient subject for her research. All she ever did was work, and she never paid any attention to me. Oh, sorry about that. Dredging up all that old stuff. No need to apologize. Guess our home life was complicated. Oh, by the way, Miss Wood said something about you always wearing headphones. She always wore these big, heavy-looking headphones. She said her mother made them for her as part of her research. I had to wear them every time I went out. Oh, I hate them so much. But she wouldn't listen. What were they for? Oh, she gave me some kind of explanation. But I don't remember now. It was too difficult for a little kid to understand. Okay, but let me say this one thing. I don't think your mother only thought of you as some handy subjects for her research. I wouldn't believe that. But just about the only things my mother left with me are widget and this earring. Ooh, it's beautiful. It's made of a piece of real moon rock she had for research. Maybe she did love me, in her own way. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure she did. Because that's why I want to believe too. That has also been added to our court record. I better ask her a little bit more about her mother's research. I should show her that paper I found in the robotics lab. Okay, let us present. Paper in the robotics lab. This one. Oh, the Punko series. You must have gone to the robotics lab. You seem to really love Punko and Clunko. Yeah, my mother made them and I grew up around them, you know. Oh, there's one of those cute little robots in this photo too. See Punko's bandages? I put those on her. I just wound them around and around. Pretty bad jobber, but I really put my all into it. I hardly left the center in those days, so I didn't have any human friends besides Junie. I didn't really understand the difference between robots and people back then. I thought that if a robot broke, bandaging it would help it get better. What a weirdo I was. I decided soon, by the way. It looks like there's something written on the bandages. Yeah, I wrote stuff like, "Get well soon, Punko." But in the end, my mum just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. Oh, that must be the thing I made moving the robotics lab. I was so impressed by what my mum did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. It looked just like magic to me what she could do. A little girl who grew up around robots. She seems to have some good memories of it. 7 years ago. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the Space Center and the ad is in progress? Ooh. I'm kind of tired. So I'll probably do the trials on Friday. Okay, stretch. Okay, I've got about like 10 seconds left of the ad. And welcome back from the ad, everybody. Welcome back. On a different subject, did you hear about the person holding up the space center? Yeah, a little. And this person has even taken hostages. I guess I'd better spare her the news about Tuesday. Well, after some negotiating, we agreed to do a retrial of the case from 7 years ago. What? You're kidding me? So that means Prosecutor Blackwell might... Yep, I know he's innocent. I just have to prove it. So wait, did you know him back then? Yeah, he used to come visit my mum a lot. He studied psychology under her and would sometimes ask for advice on his legal cases. He was very kind and considerate and straight as an arrow. Unlike now, where he's more twisted than a basket of snakes. That's why I took the witness stand during his trial 7 years ago. Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. I was a fool. How could anybody else know what I was talking about? She heard the voice of his heart. Yeah, I don't think anyone else could understand her power then. You're only 11 then, right? You were very brave just to give testimony. Pearls is right. You did the very best you could at the time. But nothing that I said did any good. I was a shaking and scared little girl, small and ineffectual. Even after I went to live with my relatives in Europe, I stayed closed up in my shell. But you're different now. You're always so bright and cheerful. Thanks. That's because one day I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest liar I could be. Why you became a liar? I wanted to save Simon, but I had no idea how. Then I met Mr. Wright, and thanks to him, I realized that if I became a lawyer, I could prove that Simon was innocent. I also realized that psychology could help me do this. I mean, psychology was my mother's specialty. When I studied it, I felt like she was there with me, supporting me. It doesn't seem like Athena knows that Prosecutor Blackwell is due to be executed tomorrow. I wanted to prove Simon's innocence personally. I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. Come to think of it, she said something like that during the Themis Legal Academy trial. She mentioned there was somebody she wanted to save. She must have been talking about Prosecutor Blackwell. I heard some prison guards say that you had an interview with Simon. How was it? What did he say? No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? He was doing well. He was happy about the possibility of being proven innocent. He was. I wonder if he smiled like he used to back then. If I can't prove Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial, I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I just have to free him. Failure is not an option here. And here's Bobby Fulbright. I thought you might be here. Mr. Lawyer, we're in trouble. We are? What is it? I couldn't find a single open courtroom. They're all in session. Oh no, but this is an emergency. It's very difficult to interrupt a trial once it's underway. My phone. It's on Tuesday. I told you I'd give you 1 hour. I guess it's time to pick one of the hostages. No, wait, we still have a little more time. Besides, all the courtrooms are being used right now. Make all the excuses you want, but you won't get more time. Your daughter is first. The poor thing. She's a little too young to die, don't you think? No, don't you dare hurt her. There has to be something that I can do. The cruelest injustice is about to befall us. No, this can't be happening. Mystic Maya, help us. Wait a minute. Maya? I read somewhere that you were holding a trial in the middle of an exploding courtroom. There must have really been something, although weird is part of the course of you. A courtroom blew up. That's it. There is a courtroom we can use after all. Okay, time's up. Too bad. Any last words you'd like to say to her?
Hold it!
Aura, please don't add to the crimes you've already committed. So you know who I am, don't you? Do you? It wasn't like I was trying to keep it a secret anyway. We're ready to start the trial. In courtroom number 4. You can hold it in the ruins of courtroom number 4. The one blown up by the bomber. Oh, what a wonderful idea, Mr. Nick. I never would have thought of that. An astonishing trial in an astonishing location. I guess it's only befitting. I'll go get the place ready right away. I didn't exactly pick the place for its astonishing character. How about it? Are you ready to have your brother's innocence proven? My brother? Heh. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I forget to mention? It's not Simon you'll be defending. What? Not Prosecutor Blackwell? I indicted Athena Sykes on the charge of murdering her own mother. You'll be defending the little princess there, the one behind the glass. What? See you in that mountain of rubble you've chosen for our courtroom, Mr. Wright. What is she talking about, Athena? Of course. Why didn't it ever occur to me before? If Prosecutor Blackwell is innocent, somebody else had to have been the true culprit. Did I kill my own mother? Athena, no, she did not kill her own mother. No. Oh no, Black Cyclops! Oh my god, no way. It can't be true. Mr. Nick, what's the matter? I see 5 Black Cyclops. That's more than what Kristoff had. Kristoff had like 3 Black Cyclops. Too bad we never got to unlock Kristoff's Cyclops. But still, this is more than he had. I've seen these kind of locks before. Dark, black locks protecting a secret hidden deep inside a person's heart. And there's no way to remove them. Oh. Ew. To be continued. Anyways, I will be doing the trial on Friday. I'll be doing the trial on Friday. Too tired to do that now. So just in the investigation. We have a trial on Friday. Might as well do the whole trial on Friday. So yeah, anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this stream. I am going to go find somebody to raid. Tanga is live playing some Valorant. So I'm gonna raid Tanga. Let's go raid Tanga. Session raid Tanga. Over. I hope you have enjoyed this stream. All my socials are in the About Me section and the commands. And if you're watching on YouTube, all my socials are in the description down below. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Thank you again to Tater and Nordic for the raids. Truly appreciated. And I shall see you guys on Friday for Apologistis. And then we'll see what we're playing on Sunday. Maybe a bit of Minecraft or Sticky Business maybe. But if we don't get this trial, if we don't get the trial done on Friday, then we'll do it. Then we'll finish it off on Sunday. So yeah, bye bye guys. Bye 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 bye.